Hi everyone! I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Boom Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. It's finally stopped raining so I can actually do a video outside, which is nice. It's a beautiful day today. It's a little bit chilly, as you can see I'm wearing a turtleneck, but it's still nice. And in this video I wanted to speak to you about wasting other people's time. I think as an INFJ, I have this intense desire within me to use every second of my life, every particular second, no matter what it is, even during sleep. I want to make sure that I use every perfect second that I get as a gift from this universe, that life that I have. I want to make sure that I use every second to the best of my ability, to the utmost of my ability, not wasting it on inane conversations, not wasting it on inane activities, not wasting it on anything that I'm like, oh, really, I should not have done this, right? As much as possible. Obviously, sometimes you just have to be like, well, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to waste the next few hours doing whatever it is, but that's okay, you know? So even while I'm standing in line, I'll be listening to an audiobook, or, you know, I'll be doing a meditation, like I'll be listening to a meditation through my headphones. Even while I'm at a family meeting or a family event where I'm just like, oh my God, this is so boring, I'll sneak in a book and I'll be reading something. Or things like that. Not that I'm like, oh, well, I can never have any time off. Even when I'm during my time off, even when I'm like, all right, this is my time off, I'm taking some time to relax and chill, I want to make sure that I do it to the best of my ability so that I can be rejuvenated and relaxed, so that when the time for work comes, I am extremely excited for it, right? And so as an INFJ, as I said, we have this insane desire, this innate desire to not waste our own time. And that kind of translates into making sure that we don't waste anyone else's time either. So because we assume that we care so much about our time, that everyone else must care about their time as well. Like, just because we do, it automatically is an assumption on our part, which is not true, that everyone else cares about their time as well. In fact, actually, I've noticed in the last few months, especially with the lockdown and the quarantine, that a lot of people actually are very happy to waste oodles and oodles and oodles of their time doing nothing particular, waiting for something to happen in the future. And so I noticed this obviously with my family, which is great. It's a good experiment to run on them, like to notice them and to observe them and to learn from them. But also with my friends, I've noticed it with all the different other people that I know all around the world and what they're doing with their time in lockdown or in the quarantine that they might be in. And so it's quite fascinating to notice that actually people don't care about time as much as we do. But because we have this fear inside of us that we don't want to waste our time or anyone else's, we're always trying to ensure that we don't waste someone else's time. So much so that we'll actually speak faster so that we don't waste their time. We'll do things faster in front of them so we don't waste their time. We'll run faster so that we don't waste their time. We kind of make sure that we do things in a hurried fashion because we don't want to waste someone else's time. I think that's one of the reasons why I've said to you before in other videos, why we speak so fast as INFJs. It's a very common quality in INFJs. We speak very fast. I've actually taught myself not to speak as fast because I'm like, all right, there's no hurry. You're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And if they want to, they can watch my videos at 2 times the speed or 3 times the speed if it's too slow for them. And so I'm trying as much as possible to slow myself down and to really get into it, right? The same thing with, doing an activity in front of someone. For example, I notice this a lot with me when I'm in a checkout counter. And so I'm in front of a cashier and, she's like, it's $11.85 or whatever it might be, whatever the amount might be. I'll make sure that I have the cash ready or the debit card ready or the credit card ready. I'll make sure I have exact change if possible. I'll make sure all of the details are completely correct so she doesn't have to waste her time. I don't have to waste my time. And neither do I waste the time of people who are waiting behind me, right? And, so when we notice people who are obviously not careful about that stuff, which a lot of people aren't, they're like, oh, right, how much is it? Oh, right, okay, I should take out my credit card now. What? And so like they know that they have to pay, but they don't actually take out their credit card until like the very last moment, and even then they're fumbling with the change, fumbling with their card, fumbling with their keys, and things are falling and this and that, and people in the line are thinking, what's going on here? And so that kind of scenario is something that INFJs absolutely want to avoid, absolutely want to avoid as much as possible, because we do not want to waste anyone else's time. Because as I said, we assume that they think that their time is precious. Now, I want to remind you of the fact that people don't actually care that much about their time. In fact, a lot of people are actually very happy to stand in line waiting for something to happen, especially right now. I've noticed, because a lot of people have more time, they're actually very happy to just waste it, because they're like, well, what else am I going to do anyways? I just have to sit at home and watch TV anyways. So if I do have an opportunity to go out and stand in a checkout line, then it's okay. Take your time. Take 15 minutes. Take 20 minutes. Whatever. I have nothing else to do anyways, right? So I just wanted to kind of do this video, not because I wanted to say, oh, don't waste other people's time, you're a terrible person. But I wanted to say or remind you of the fact that actually people don't care. And so if you are kind of rushing through something, especially through your day or through some particular activity because you want to not inconvenience someone else, I really want you to stop and take a deep breath and actually realize that the other person actually doesn't care that much, right? And so you're putting all of this pressure on yourself, you're putting all of this time-sensitive pressure on yourself, you're getting excited, or the adrenaline's rushing through your body, you're getting stressed out, and all of that's for nothing. It's for naught, because the other person actually doesn't give a rat's ass. They're just standing there waiting for you to finish so they can just keep on doing whatever they were doing. And so I wanted to remind you of this, because if you're speaking fast because you want to not inconvenience someone else, then relax. It doesn't matter. Just relax and speak softly and slowly. It's totally fine. They don't care. If you're hurrying to finish something because you don't want to inconvenience someone, again, don't care about it, because the other person doesn't care about it. Unless they particularly say, I'm in a rush, could you hurry this up? Which actually has never been said to me, ever, actually. Can I think of a single second when I can't even think about a single time, at least in the last 2-3 years, where I was told, can you hurry up? I'm kind of in a hurry. At that point, I'm like, yeah, okay, obviously, yes, I will hurry up. But besides that, I have taken a chill pill. Which is a very terrible thing to say, but really, literally, I have. And I want you all to take a chill pill as well. I just want you to realize that you rushing and stressing yourself out is actually a completely useless endeavor on your part. You're actually wasting your energy at this moment in time by hurrying and rushing and stressing and adrenalining. That's not a real word, but I wanted to use it. And so, just chillax, just relax. It's okay. No one is asking you to rush. No one wants you to rush. Actually, in fact, right now, in this time of the world, you can actually relax and do things slower, because no one really is moving as fast as they normally would. The only person I've seen rushing in the last few days is the garbage truck guy, actually. The garbage truck driver. It's a very random thing to do, but I was sitting on that porch thing in my parents' backyard, and I heard the garbage truck come in, and it was just like, literally, he was rushing. He was like, I could hear his brakes pumping, and then acceleration, brakes. I guess they have like some kind of time schedule they have to meet. I don't know anything about it, but that was the only person I was like, all right, yeah, God, this guy is in a rush, right? And so, as I said, just relax. There's no one actually rushing you. You're rushing yourself. And then what happens is that we kind of use that as an excuse to say, oh my God, I'm wasting other people's time. Maybe I shouldn't bother them. And this kind of comes up in relationships and communication and partnerships and familial relations. All of the time, we're like, no, I don't want to waste their time. I'm wasting their time. And a lot of INFJs will message me saying this, I really like this person, but I feel like I'm wasting their time by messaging them and telling them that I like them or I want to hang out with them. If they haven't given you an indication that you're wasting their time, these are just stories you're telling yourself to basically keep yourself alone and lonely and away from people. And so stop telling yourself these false stories. And if you want to, just tell yourself this is actually a story. It's not real. That person never said to you. No one has ever said to me, you know what, you're actually wasting my time. And can you stop doing that? No one has ever said that to me. In fact, most of the time in my head, I'm thinking, oh, I'm wasting their time. They never, ever, ever, ever feel that way. Usually, sometimes I'll be like, do you think I'm wasting your time right now? They're like, no, everything's fine. I got loads of time. Chillax, just relax. Do things in your own pace. And so in general, it's the story that you're telling yourself. It's not that the other person is telling you anything. They haven't said anything. Unless they have, then obviously hurry up. But rarely does that happen. Really, it has never happened to me And I don't know if it has ever happened to you. You can share stories with us if it has. But in general, it is you rushing yourself. No one else is doing it to you. And so just relax. Just take your time with a lot of the different things you do, especially if you're messaging someone and you really like them. You're not wasting their time. If you are standing in the checkout line and you're taking a little bit extra, few seconds to pay, you're not wasting anyone's time. If you are speaking in a presentation or in a Facebook Live, whatever it might be, with family, friends, you're not wasting their time. Take your time, make coherent thoughts, speak slowly, and it's okay. If they are not listening, they're not listening anyways. If you speak fast, it's not going to make a difference. If you speak slow, it doesn't make a difference. So speak slow. And don't stress yourself out with the whole situation. I hope this makes sense. If you have questions about this, obviously comment below. But again, please do listen to this video and do take the advice from it, because it really has changed my life. Because again, I'm not stressing myself out anymore, because no one really actually gives a rat's ass about time, except us. Very few people actually care about time as much as we do. So if you have questions, comment below. And again, I'm so grateful that you're listening, commenting, subscribing. I really appreciate the support. And I shall see you the next time around. Bye for now.